So you're about to buy the best laptop ever to be built in modern day computing. That's the M-Series Apple MacBook. But buying this can be sort of a landmine, and you have to make sure that whatever product you're buying, especially if it's in the second-hand market, it's not repaired. It works exactly the way it's designated to. So let's get to it. So in this video, we'll be going through 3 phases and in total 10 steps. The first phase is the ownership audit, which has all the deal breakers. So in case you run into any of these, the phase 1 that is, then definitely walk away from the purchase. It's not meant to be. The second phase is the physical and battery audit phase. And in the third phase, we'll be going into deep diagnostic and authenticity checks via terminal and diagnostic mode. So you can be sure of the product that you're buying. So let's start with the phase 1, which has all the non-negotiables. So the first step is serial number vetting. Now in this, you have to check the serial numbers and they have to match. All of them have to match the same serial number. The first one is placed on the chassis itself, physically printed. The second is in the Mac OS in your About menu. The third one you'll be checking online on Apple's official website to check the serial number there, and you'll match it with the model number and the warranty status when it was bought and so on. In case all of these numbers don't match, just walk away. There are no two ways about it. There's no negotiating here. Something is definitely wrong with the laptop, and trust me, you don't want to find out the other way. So just walk away in case these serial numbers don't match. The second check is activation lock removal. Now with the activation lock removal, you have to remove that lock and make sure you do it in person in front of yourself so that you've verified that the activation lock has been removed. It's not present in any of the Find My apps, and it is available for you to purchase and use. The third check is the corporate MDM check. Now, if that Mac was owned by a company, be it a school or a corporate, doesn't really matter, it may be tied to a mobile device profile, MDM profile, which Apple has. Now, in that, the former owner can lock, wipe, or track that laptop, even if you do a factory reset. So be careful. But how do you check it? You have to go to terminal and type out this command. You want the output to say client is not DEP enabled. If this is the case, then you can proceed. Otherwise, you have to remove this MDM profile. Now, another way to check this is by doing a factory reset. As soon as you do a factory reset, instead of giving you a standard menu when you have to set up your Mac, it will be replaced by a remote management group. Now, if you see the screen, that means the audit has failed. So let's move on to the next phase. In this phase, you have physical and battery audit. So what you have to do with the physical inspection, you have to check all the creases. So all the creases around the screen, you have to check for cracks. For example, one of the laptops that I saw that was being sold secondhand had this, and the entire rubber was removed, and I could clearly see that this screen was replaced. So yeah, if you see these kind of things, then yes, the screen might have been tampered with. Also check all of the sides for any signs of trauma. So if you have bent or dents of any kind, just beware of them. There shouldn't be any major damage. But in case there is, then that's definitely a reason that you should start negotiating the price again. Another trick to find what's wrong with the display is that you can turn the brightness of the display all the way down, take a flashlight or the flashlight from your phone and just shine it across the screen. Any micro cracks or any sort of problems with the screen or cracks for that matter should be visible if you do this. And then for the screen test, you can use this website and run a screen test, standard screen test, and just observe if there are any dead pixels around it or, blue lines or green lines maybe. Go through this test and you'll get to see if there are any problems with the screen. Next is you check the inputs, the ports, and the peripherals. So first thing, check the Touch ID. When you're checking the Touch ID, just add your fingerprint to the existing system and make sure that it opens up every time you press on it. And in case this is damaged, it can be a very expensive repair. With the keyboard, just go to this website and make sure that you press each and every key to test it out. And in case it tests out everything, then yeah, you're good to go. For the ports, you can use the Blackmagic disk speed test. It'll measure the speed coming out of your ports and make sure that your ports are fine and not damaged in any way, or reducing the speed for that matter. Then you need to check up on the audio and the video as well. So open up Photo Booth, record yourself, and then play it again and play any sort of audio file on full volume and check if everything is all right. You're not getting any crackles or any sort of distortion from the laptop speakers. Now with the sixth check, you have battery health. Now with the battery health, the designed cycle for the MacBook M-Series is roughly at 1000 cycles. Now at 1000 cycles, the MacBook should retain 80% of its battery. If you have low cycle count as well as low battery health, that means the MacBook was kept on power for a long time. and it wasn't used much on battery. So if this is the case, the battery has degraded because of this, and there is room for negotiation again. Now let's go on to phase 3, that's deep diagnosing and authenticity checks. So with check 7, you have non-genuine parts warning. Go to Systems, General, About, and look for parts and service history. Apple uses serialized parts so that unauthorized third-party repairs generate warning. If you see unknown or used next to battery or display, it means that an unauthorized person replaced the part. This can result in features like true tone not working and the battery losing the ability to report its health accurately. Now with the 8th check, you have Apple's diagnostic tool. Now this is a low-level Apple's own diagnostic tool, and this is how you do it. First, you need to shut down your Mac. Now once your MacBook has shut down completely, then keep on holding the power button until you see a menu like this appear. Once that menu has appeared, then you keep on holding Command and D to start Apple Diagnostics. Now the test takes a few minutes. If you get a reference code, interpret it immediately. Now, if you get any of these errors in this diagnostic mode, walk away. There is no way of fixing it. It's just a bad Mac, and the cost of repairing this is going to be tremendous. With the check 9, you have to review all the crash logs in the system. So what you have to do is go to the console app in Utilities. In the sidebar, look for crash reports and system reports. Specifically, search for diagnostic report folder for any file starting with kernel and ending in .panic. Repeated non-software related kernel panic suggests a serious intermittent hardware defect that Apple Diagnostics may have missed. So if you follow all of these things, then you'll get to know the entire history of the computer, if there were any faults. So you can be sure of what you're buying. And the final check is the thermal stress testing. In this, you'll be pushing your chip to the maximum. So you can run a GPU and a CPU test for Mac like this, and run this for at least 10 minutes so that you're sure that the hardware that you're buying is capable. If you've gone through all of these 10 checks and vetted the MacBook, and it's passed all of these 10 checks, congratulations, you have a healthy machine in front of you, and you should definitely go with the purchase. This guide is to help you get the best possible deal for your money and to make sure that you're not scammed when you're buying second-hand laptops.